because actually everybody is looking for nectar. Everybody, anandamaya vyasat. Everybody wants happiness. This sex and money game is making them miserable. Making them miserable. So if you've actually brought your own senses under control, you've conquered your own demoniac nature, and you're actually tasting the bliss of Krishna consciousness when you chant your japa, when you chant the kirtan, when you read Prabhupada's books, when you bow down before the deities. If you're actually experiencing transcendental bliss, and you can touch their soul, you can touch their heart by your association, actually melt through, break through those coverings by Krishna will empower you. It's called an empowered preacher. Krishna will empower you if you give them that taste. That's what I experienced with Vishnu Janswami when he came to Australia in 71. He was empowered. He was incredible. He's like a Pied Piper coming into town, and also he had all these followers because he was giving us something. We were experiencing something from him. He was giving us a taste of transcendental bliss. It was confirmed by Prabhupada. One letter came, and Prabhupada wrote him a letter. Prabhupada said, when you were singing the kirtan in Los Angeles, I could feel how I was being carried to Vaikuntha. And I said, yeah. I really saw that really, oh yes. I was feeling that myself, you see. So if you've actually conquered over the demoniac nature in yourself, then by your association, you can carry people to Vaikuntha. By your association, you can elevate their consciousness. So they go, wow, that was an amazing person. What he said to me just really blew my mind. It's amazing. I felt so free and like I was floating just by being in his presence, you see. So the more you conquer your own demoniac nature, the more you can be like a magic wand in anybody you contact. So that's very nice, yes.
I have a question. How, like, I'm alone with two kids, and how do I surrender as much as my kid? Like when I tell about Krishna to my daughter, who's getting 6, she believes everything about Krishna. Me, I still struggle. I wish I had the same faith as my daughter or my son has.
Well, you have to become her disciple then.
I'm trying.
She's your Siksha Guru. She's your Siksha Guru. If she has strong faith in Krishna, then you should learn from her. Become her Siksha disciple.
It is also like the children are very pure, right? As is mentioned in the Bhagavatam, when the child is in the womb of the mother, he is praying that he will never forget the God. He's praying, and when he comes out, everybody conditions him. So gradually that condition goes on and on, so they become full-fledged karmis.
Your duty is to protect her, and not that faith. Your duty is to protect her faith. By protecting her faith, that faith will come to you also, in due course. You must do everything you can. She doesn't lose that. Protect her faith, and by you protecting her faith, that same faith will come to you gradually. Anything else?
I'm reading this book about Mother Yamuna. Did you have any association with her?
Yes, a little bit. Very little bit. I saw her one time in Mayapur in the year 2000. Spoke a few words. But certainly by hearing about Jamuna, it was very, very inspiring actually. I studied many of her pastimes with Prabhupada, reading about them. And I've always, in my heart, she's always had a very special place in my heart. It's amazing how she came simply to it. Her sister Janaki was getting married, in 26 Second Avenue. She came all the way just to attend her sister's wedding, that's all. The Prabhupada engaged her in cooking. In the very beginning, that was her first. She wasn't even a devotee yet, but she was engaged by Prabhupada in cooking.
Yeah, good, not cooking,
Huh?
helping.
Helping Prabhupada cook. The wedding feast, I think it was, yeah. So it's an amazing thing. And her singing was so powerful and so attractive. When devotees went to London, there was a place where all the hippies would get together and do their thing. And she would go there and do kirtan. And that's before they had met the Beatles. It was before Shyama-Sundar had met George. George was actually coming there undercover. He was hiding his identity, so no one could see it was George Harrison. He was really relishing Jamuna's kirtan. And he was going there to this place where all the hippies would get together in London. So, yeah, she's a very great personality. She was very, very dear to Prabhupada. He was very, very pleased with her. You can see so many letters, so many instructions that she got from Prabhupada. We're very indebted to her. When that Govinda, they first played that recording for Prabhupada in Los Angeles, from the London, Govinda Madi, Prabhupada was crying. He was crying. He was so moved by her kirtan and all the devotees, what they had done, that offering, the Govinda prayers. So Brahmachari said, this is a woman singing, this is Maya, we can't have this in the temple. He said, no, this is Sankirtan. It's congregational chanting, so Prabhupada authorized and he made this the standard for all of our temples. Jamuna will be singing all over the ISKCON world for the next 10,000 years. Every morning we'll hear Mother Jamuna.
Prabhupada didn't say that. Prabhupada said that Jamuna will be singing, or this recording?
I'm saying that. Prabhupada said this should be played, this recording
This
should be
recording should be played.
But I'm saying that therefore we have Jamuna. That's me. Saying that we're going to have Jamuna for the next 10,000 years.
Prabhupada said.
Prabhupada didn't say Jamuna will be singing. No, I said. Because I appreciate her very much, her wonderful contribution to Prabhupada's mission. She inspired George, she inspired George very much, and just see how much George then did.
I have a little controversial question in that regard. When George met with Shyama-Sundar says, when George met with him, then George said, where have you been all? I've been looking for you.
I've been wanting to meet you guys.
Yes. So if he was listening to Jamuna in the hiding place, he would have known.
You can study the written things yourself.
I'm just talking, but they gave their own memories, so from that I'm asking questions. This
You can
question
study the
arises.
history yourself and make your own judgment. If you like, I have no objection. I'm just repeating what I read from Exalted Vaishnava.
Everybody says that, but I had that question.
Yeah, you can ask them. You can ask Shyama-Sundar about it. He's still alive.
But Shyama-Sundar says,
He may be in Vrindavan. I'm going next week for this big celebration. You can ask Shyama-Sundar directly while he's still on the planet about this. How is it that George heard? I've heard that George was hearing Jamuna's kirtan before he even met you. Is that true?
I didn't say that.
What are you saying?
I said that one memory says that George was hearing Jamuna singing in incognito.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
And then another Shyama-Sundar says, when he met, he was saying that, oh, where have you all been?
Right. You can ask Shyama-Sundar about that. That's my point. He's probably going to be in Vrindavan next week. It's the 40th anniversary of the Krishna Balaram temple. Shyama-Sundar will probably be there. You can ask him directly while he's still on the
George
planet.
Harrison would know where the guys were or
You
where
can
the
ask
Hare
Shyama-
Krishnas were.
Or you can, he's probably going to be there. You you can or get his email address and write him and send him an email and find out. Well, take advantage of his presence on the planet while he's still here. Find out. It's an interesting question. Get some more details about the history of Jamuna and George and Shamasundar. It'd be very interesting to learn more about it. I'd be happy to ask Shamasundar about it myself if I get a chance. Since you raised the question. If I see him, I will ask him. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'll see him, then I'll ask him.
Yeah.
Just like you were saying, so I asked you. I thought you would know.
I just know what I read. But I'm just reading what the devotees have reported from their own experiences. I wasn't there. I was in Texas at the time. I'm just repeating what I heard from the devotees. I was in Texas. Y'all. Any other questions? Okay, well, we've reached that time called 9 o'clock. Maybe it's time to end the class. Oh my goodness, I forgot the internet questions. Here the question is coming all the way from China. We'll squeeze it in here. I have a disciple out there in China. If Prahlad Maharaj gives Hiranyakashipu prasadam to eat, is there any hope for Hiranyakashipu to become a devotee of God? Certainly there would be. If he had ever done that, certainly it would be. Prasadam is all powerful. Prabhupada said, if anyone, I heard one time the Prabhupada said, if anybody takes prasadam, even once in their life, at the time of death, they'll remember that prasadam and they'll become devotees in their next birth.
But Prabhupada also said that, not Prabhupada, Hiranyakashipu gave the blessings to Prahlad. He was already saved.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see, any other questions? Which books of Prabhupada are a choice for the age group of 13 to 18 years? Bhagavad Gita as it is, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nectar Devotion, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Sri Upanishad, Upadeshamrita, and what else? That's good for 13 to 18 years. All of Prabhupada's books, in other words, are good for 13 to 18 years. In fact, there's one boy, his name was Ravi Gupta. And his parents, we don't attend the Karmi school, give him homeschooling. So the mother trained the boy how to read. What was his reading primer? What book did he learn to read on? He learned to read by studying the Srimad Bhagavatam. And by the age 13, he finished his homeschooling and he enrolled in the university at age 13, having learned to read by studying the Bhagavatam before he was 13. So therefore, 13 to 18, why that late? Start him earlier. Why not at age 6? Why wait to 13 to have him read Prabhupada books? They can read Prabhupada books from the very beginning. This boy learned how to read by studying the Srimad Bhagavatam. Now he's a big PhD at the American University. He teaches Sanskrit. He also teaches at Bangladesh. He comes as a guest visiting professor there and teaches courses about it or something. Let's see, he was just a kid being homeschooled on Srimad Bhagavatam when he was like 6 years old. Let's see here. That's it. That's all. One last question. All right, we'll sneak it in.
Okay, I heard that when Lord Brahma was attracted to his daughter, that time he had the 5 heads. When Lord Shiva came to know about, he cut one of his heads. Is that true?
What is it?
When Lord Brahma was attracted to his daughter Prabhu, he heard that he had 5 heads at that point.
He had
5 heads? 5 heads.
heads.
And when Shiva heard it, then he cut off 1 head. And that's why he has
Actually,
4.
Brahma gave up the whole body. That's what the Bhagavatam says. He gave up that entire body, not his 1 head. That's mentioned.
Yeah,
He gave up the whole body.
Prabhupada is explaining that he gave up this mentality, exactly, not Just
I'd have to actually be honest with you, and I haven't read that part of the Bhagavatam for a while. I have to study it in detail.
Mentality is another body.
yeah.
The main
That's
subtle body.
Yeah, I haven't read that pastime for a while, but to look it up. I don't remember anything about. Have you read the Bhagavatam about?
no, it's not in Bhagavatam for sure. I heard from one devotee, so I would like to confirm.
Yeah, it's always good to base everything on what is there in Prabhupada's books, because there's so many Prabhupada, there's so many false things going on in ISKCON. So therefore it's good to base everything on Prabhupada's books instead of what you heard of devotees. Yeah.
Novice says that Brahma's body is made of pure intelligence. His body is made of pure intelligence, so when he gives up his body, it's same like giving up his mentality.
That's a good one. So our time is up, and we thank you all very, very much for welcoming us here in Copenhagen, Denmark. It's been a great pleasure for us to be here for these few days, and now we're heading out to Sri Vrindavan Dham to roll in the dust of the sacred place of Krishna's pastimes. And we thank you all very much for maintaining Vrindavan here in Copenhagen. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Saram Shri Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai. Jai.
Now we have special mercy for all of you. Don't go away. We have special mercy for all of you. That is the Mahaprasada of Shri Shri